And good afternoon. Wait a minute. And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Graps TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. Hey, check it out. We got NXT kicking up here right away right now here live on the CW. Let's see what they got to say here. Alright, let's get that away from there because I'm getting feedback and all that good stuff, and Lord knows we don't need that. I wasn't planning on doing an NXT drop tonight, but you know what? It just happened that way, and we're here for it. You know what? Let's see what we got here. And the birthplace of Extreme. Oh my goodness, let's see what this does right here. There we go. That gets rid of that echo, at least the echo in my ear, so to speak. So they're doing a recap from NXT last week, obviously, because, you know, we need to know what happened. It's one of those things. I gotta say, though, I was impressed with the women's match, and I'm not even going to lie about that. Hey, let me know if everybody can hear me out there. Let me see if I can hear myself. Just hang on, I'm going to do a quick audio check. Well, it looks like the stream hung up on... there it is. Let me see what we got here. Can everybody hear me okay? The only reason I'm asking is that I just put this mic in, and I want to make sure everything's going well, and I'm hearing feedback and all kinds of stuff that did not happen during the testing phase. Yeah, it looks like everything's all locked up here on Facebook. I'm just not even going to deal with it. I'm going to turn the volume all the way down, not worry about it. Anyway, we're live. We're happy. They're going through the recap from last week. Let's see what we got here. Zarya showing off there. Of course, we got Zarya, Stephanie, and Giulia all in the same one here. There we go. Now at least I can hear. We're kicking off tonight with tag team action coming to you live here. Hang on one second. We got 7 viewers. Very happy, very happy. And we're kicking off with Metaphor, Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend coming in here. Let's see here. It's still me, I promise. We just got this new mic in, and I'm trying it out, seeing how things are going. Of course, I can't hear anything because Facebook's all locked up. And I don't necessarily want to turn up anything else because we've got enough going on with the interference here. I don't think I need any more. And we're getting a pregame segment here from Metaphor where they're going over through their little... let's see what we got here. There we go. Got a new soundboard too, but I hadn't got it all hooked up yet. Let's see what we got coming in here now. Looks like Stephanie Vacour. Stephanie Vacour making her way to the ring. That entrance right there is dope. Now, I just got to say that right there. The entrance is wonderful. It, at least they're doing her a square on that one. And I mean, overall, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's see if we can get in here for this stream here. We're looking at 10 members right now. 10 viewers. Love 10. 10's a good number. I may have to do a couple of modifications to make all this stuff actually work the way I need it to work. So we may be looking at one more little desk modification here and all that. I do have a new location here. I got a new setup, brand new everything, got a brand new desk and all that good stuff. This mic actually sounds pretty damn good too. So somebody let me know, make sure I know I can hear and all that other stuff. Make sure we know that we can hear. Let's see here. And, of course, Giulia makes her way as well. So we've got Stephanie Vacour and Giulia making their way to the ring right now. And, yeah, I've been pretty impressed with how things are going so far. So we got Stephanie and Giulia versus Metaphor. Wow, and I have a whole lot. These new headsets are something else here. I mean, they're right there in the ear and everything, but I'm sounding kind of hollow to myself. So I'm wondering if I don't give it just one notch down. Let me see how things are going there. Giulia wasting absolutely no time. Lash Legend already getting a handful here. Headlock. She's trying to get Giulia off. Finally throw up palace. Big boot to Lash. Ooh, big boot in return. Let's see here. Tag to Jakara Jackson, and she's holding on to Giulia, and then there's going to be a double team here into the ropes. Drop toe hold, nothing but elbow to the back. Giulia is having a bad night already. I hate to say it, but it looks like she is questioning life decisions at this point. Giulia pops out, though. Got a count of 2 on it. Hip lock. Oh, nice. And Jakara Jackson reverses that into a roll-up, picks up a 2 count. Looks like she's starting to solve this Giulia puzzle, I guess, maybe. Crucifix. Let's see here. Giulia's like, oh, so you want to go. Okay, I can do that. Big boot from Jakara Jackson creates a little bit of separation up on the top rope. Coming down with a missile drop kick right here and right straight to the face of Giulia. Count of 2. That's 3 2 counts Giulia's eaten so far here. I'm hoping for the pace to pick up a little bit better in the opposite direction, but you just never know. You never know. NXT's kind of sneaky like that sometimes. See here, and got her in an abdominal stretch. Tag Stephanie Vacour in. Now they're going to show Jakara Jackson exactly how this double team stuff works. Drop toe hold and a 619. And a big foot to the face. Big boot, big boot. Oh, my goodness. Picks up a 2 count right there. Some of this stuff is kind of chuckly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working my way through it here. You know, it's like... oh, my goodness. Trying to do a sunset flip, and Stephanie just kind of changes the pace up. Big leg drop off the rope right there. Taking a moment to just kind of stop with that. And, oh, got her locked up in that scissor lock, and here comes that pile driver pound... face first, nose first, right into the mat. Not even playing at this point here. Stephanie's starting to get a little bit more serious about... oh, chin breaker. Lash Legend in the ring. Lash Legend is big and tough. I'm not sure Stephanie's faced people like that before. Giulia rolls up and tries to hook a crucifix. And... one super kick. Oh my goodness. And Lash Legend has both of them in the ring. Okay. Giulia's still hanging on for dear life. Lash Legend shakes it off here and tags in Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson walking up there, getting up on the top of Lash LaRue's shoulders. Doing them a little hologram, in case y'all didn't notice. Hologram's kind of pretty famous for that. Off the top of Jakara Jackson, off the top of Lash Legend for the suicide splash, taking both Stephanie and Giulia out, and wow. What an opening segment that's been. That's a lot to process right there. I'm sorry. That's just an awful lot to process right there. And, yeah. That was kind of interesting, you know? Anyway, we're on a commercial break here right now, so we're going to take that commercial break with them. We will be right back. And the CW, of course, is known for commercials and so on and so forth, so it might be like 30 seconds. We might take a little 30-second break here, get a little bit of water, refresh, the whole 9 yards, get ready for this next segment here. Right now, as we left, Metaphor was clearly in control of everything, and it is what it is. But we'll be right back here in roughly about 30 seconds. Y'all stay tuned. They are already starting like this.
If I talk to a doctor about this, it's embarrassing. Doctor? God, I bet they deal with this all the time. What about Dr. Edison? Okay. Dr. Finley really puts you at ease. And she takes my insurance too. That's it.
You've got more options than you know. Look now.
I want to listen to you.
What? And we're back. I figured I'd just jump right on in here. My son just told me the mute button's still not working on this thing, so I don't know what else to do with it. So we do have a new soundboard. Of course, the soundboard needed to be charged. And I'm going to do a little bit of something different with this place to kind of shield everything and see what's going on. But obviously, when I put you on mute, it didn't work out. So I'm just going to stick with you through the commercials and everything else. So just kind of bear with us here on that. Once again, this is Graps TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, The Matty Man. And this stream is brought to you by Cosmic Snacks and Freshen Up Energy. When you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. And when you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. For the win. Exactly. We're still on the commercial break. Couple of thoughts about that first segment right there. Number one, I've seen Julia and Stephanie Vakura work quite well. And we're back. Like I said, Stephanie Vakura in a compromised position here at the moment. She is in the middle of the world's longest suplex. There we go. Put her back down on the floor there. Let's see what we got here. Lash pops up, and yeah, I want to call her Lash LaRue for so bad, and I don't even know why. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got an Iron Survival qualifier coming up with Sol Ruka versus Cora Jade later on. But right now, Jakara Jackson's got Stephanie in all kinds of pain right now, and it definitely shows. You can see it in her eyes. For real, you can see it in her eyes. Oh, boy. And right about now, everything blows up, you know, because that's just how we roll around here. Let's see here. Just making sure we're not missing anything here. And shout out to the 19 viewers that are with me right now. Thank you very much. Everything is seriously good. So Stephanie Vakura gets over against the tag to Julia, and Jakara Jackson going at it. Julia just stepped it up about a notch. I think she turned it up a full 1%. Big time headbutt. Uh-oh, somebody about to get tied up. Oh! Julia's in there working like the rent is due, for real. Oh, big knee to the gut. Jakara Jackson working on a suplex that did not work out. Then Julia reverses it into a suplex of her own, going for the pin. 1 and 2, and not enough for 3. Stephanie Vakura sitting over there on the side trying to rehabilitate, trying to get herself back into the match. There's the tag. Ooh, big kick to the face of Jakara Jackson. That is big boot from Julia. Big boot from Julia. Here. Jakara Jackson looking like she's about to catch this beat down like that. Stephanie goes right into a pinning predicament here. Count of two, Lash Legend, or whatever her name is there. Lash, I know the first name of it. Uh-oh. Sleeper hold applied by Giulia right now. Turned into a crucifix. Big super kick right to the head. Looking good. Missile drop kick from Giulia, and Lash Legend has no earthly idea what hit her. Meanwhile, Jakara Jackson, too, trying to sneak in there and get the roll up. Big waist lock from behind there. In other words, now we're working our way back. Oh my goodness gracious. Giulia up top. Big missile drop kick right straight and square to the face there. Hand her over to Stephanie McClure for the package backbreaker. Dragging them both out into the middle of the ring for a double knee. 1 and 2, and you can count to 100. This match is over. Stephanie and Giulia win relatively handily, and we've got 20 viewers over here. I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight and showing some love. To be honest with you, the views that we get after the show, thank you for that too. I was just looking through the media the other day. We had 6,000 views of one of my videos, and a lot of them are up there like that. Some of them are in the 200s, but I just want to thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for taking a moment to take a look at everything and you know, show me some love. I appreciate that. One of these days I'm going to be able to show it back to you here fairly soon, though. Let's see what we're talking about here in the ring.
So my question is, you both make it to deadline. What can we expect in Minneapolis?
I knew this day would come. See you at deadline.
So here we go. We got everything all lined up now. They are going to be meeting each other at deadline, which was the only logical conclusion here, because it's not like they can work with other people right now because they are immensely well past most of the people they're working with. And that's not conjecture. That's an actual fact right there. So, I mean, I understand, and I wrote an article about this last week, and of course it got a little bit of traction, and for some of the right reasons and some of the wrong reasons. But the fact of the matter is they are heads and tails, and along with Delta, whatever they're calling her right now, those three women right there are heads and tails above NXT, and I would say they could hold their own and clear the main roster on the women's division too. So it's not a shock that the only persons that either one of those two can face are each other right now, because you just never know when that indie's going to come out right at the right time. And you know, it makes for a problematic, if you will, scenario for a lot of people in there, because you know, it just is what it is. I mean, they're just that good, and I know they are. Give me just a minute here while we're doing this. They are, when a superstar loses a fall, that superstar is forced out of the ring, blah, blah, blah. It's an Iron Man challenge. I get it. It's kind of innovative. I can say that. It does look kind of innovative. When the clock hits 25 minutes, will be named the Iron Survivor and become the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Looks like they're going to be doing that on the regular here for the next few shows. Saturday, December 7th, is going to be deadline. So we got between now and then. Meanwhile, Survivor Series coming up down the pike right here too. Here comes Sol Ruca for her Iron Man, sporting some new ink. Or is that some new ink, or is that, I don't know. Looking good either way. It doesn't matter. Looking good. Let's see here. Okay, that is totally not working. This mic is just not liking any of this. Bear with me a minute while I kill some of this static out the old-fashioned way. Yeah, we're going to have to relocate a couple of things here, and that's obvious right now. We're still sitting at 20 viewers right now, and I am getting a boatload of feedback on here, so I'm going to do one thing here, and then we're going to go ahead and call it a day on the checking for live tweets and so on and so forth, because obviously that's eating up the microphone, so bear with me here for just a minute. Let's see where we're at here. Bam. While we're on a commercial break here, alrighty, so that's going way over there and way away from the monitor, the whole 9 yards. Let's see if that helps us out a little bit. We are sitting at 20 viewers. They're on a commercial break. We are going to attempt to take it with them at this point. Maybe this will not bleed through. So let's see what we got here. Gonna do this. All right. Is it still feeding back? Okay.
Sales event, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Hurry to your local Ram dealer today.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use in the future. So no have an emergency pizza. We need it most. There you go. No matter the reason, when life gives you lemons, Domino's gives you free pizza.
Enjoy.
Okay.
OCD is more than what you see on TV and in the movies. It comes with unrelenting, intrusive images, thoughts, and urges. If you have OCD and need help, you can get better.
I'm still paused through these commercials.
So what I would recommend is disabling your computer's mic and like completely disabling it and then just unplugging that mic for the time being.
Okay, so that's the mic that's picking it up. All right, cool. I can work with that.
This complete 9-piece set is guaranteed to beautify your kitchen like never before. Hammer pans are ultra non-stick, and they're even oven safe up to 500 degrees. So bake homemade chicken pot pie or this whole chicken dinner. Use metal beaters straight in the pan for
And we're back. We're still on a commercial break here at the moment, but that's okay. I know that they're getting ready to come back to the show here in just a couple of minutes. Let me try one thing here. Well, we're at it. Of course, I know it's feeding back with the TV. The TV's actually sitting back beside of me now so that I don't have to squint or anything like that. I've got everything here pretty much at hand here, so obviously you're hearing the commercials in the background. I can't help that one, but, you know, the rest of it we could probably help out. And, of course, got a good piece of advice here a second ago, and I'm going to try it. Let's see here.
You can meet with an InventHelp representative who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's data bank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp. 800-712-8399.
All right, we should be done with this commercial break sometime in the near future. Right now, we're sitting on 27 viewers. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We really appreciate you. Just a reminder, NXT Superstars are going to be on Trivial Pursuit. This should be interesting. And yeah, I know they're smart guys. Don't get me wrong. I totally know. Hey, Nunya, how you doing? I see a woo down there in the bottom. Hope everything's going good for you. Let's see here. Sitting on 29, Cora Jade making her way down to the ring right now, looking as only she can look with those glasses. I got to tell you, those glasses are actually working. I don't know if those are glasses or not, but yeah, I get the idea. I get the idea. Those are actually working. Let's see where we're at right now. 8:26. Let's see here. Doo-doo.
But luckily for you and every other woman, this division doesn't mean saving anymore. What it needs is me, as your next Iron Survivor.
All right, we got Cora Jade and Sol Ruca in place right now. Let's see here. Alrighty, looking like it's gonna be a little bit catch as catch can. Cora Jade getting completely out of the ring there. Grabbing onto that bottom rope, and Sol Ruca just having a seat up there in the corner. Like, you know, you can bring it anytime you want to there, babe. That's exactly what I'm seeing. There we go. Waist up into a potential face plant, standing on her back and doing that surfboard riding. Sol Ruca, one of the premier athletes in NXT right now, and of course, maybe this might lead to a push. Who knows? Probably one of the most underutilized wrestlers on NXT. High knee to Cora Jade, and it just didn't quite work out that correctly. Cora Jade off the ring, big stomp to the back. Sol Ruca feels that. 1, 2. Not enough for 3, but that's okay. Sol Ruca kicks out at about 2 1/4. Cora Jade stalking Sol Ruca one step at a time. Fatal Influence in the back watching. Of course, we already know that. Here comes the interference right now from Fatal Influence. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, the goal of this thing right here is to get the quickest win and then work from there. So obviously the interference is going to go towards that. Just a little bit more than average, so to speak. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice hard elbow on Sol Ruca. Stuck there and trapped up in the ropes. Picks up a 2 count. Only a 2. Sol Ruca kicks out at 2. Trying to get herself collected again here. Not quite questioning life decisions or anything. Just in a little bit of pain. And Cora Jade gets a handful of hair, and now she's talking shit, and you know what's going to happen with that. Yep, jawbreaker coming right up. Let's see here. Cora hangs on to the rope. Big elbow from Sol Ruca. Big elbow from Cora Jade. Big elbow. They're trading elbows now. Oops, swing and a miss. Big clothesline from Sol Ruca. Shoulder tackle. Off the rope, shoulder tackle again. Sol Ruca getting into rhythm now. Flying body press. We do know that her finisher is the Soul Snatcher. So let's see what we come up with. Uh-oh. A little bit of a botch on that one, but not too bad. Big high kick to Cora Jade, and Cora Jade gets into the rope at the same time Sol Ruca does, interrupting her move right there, so to speak, and leaving her hung out. Chicken wing, double arm underhandle. Cora Jade full speed ahead into absolutely nothing. And the Soul Snatcher right out of nowhere. 1 and 2 and 3 and 20. You can count to 20 on that. Sol Ruca with the Soul Snatcher right there at the end. Picking up the win. That was that. I got to tell you right now, one thing that I am thoroughly impressed about with Sol Ruca altogether is the fact with the ease that she pulls that off. I mean, the closest thing I would have to relate her to would be a female version of Randy Orton. So she has won her way into the Women's Iron Survival Challenge. She has picked up spot number 1. And here comes Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander walking down the ring here, or walking around just talking, so to speak. We got a backstage segment. In other words, we got 30 one viewers. Keep it coming. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We got Carmen Petrovic sitting back there having a conversation with Dion Lennox. Oh boy. And so the drama continues. The drama continues for Carmen Petrovic and her love life. Sounds like a plan to me. So I have an idea going forward. Where is that remote? There it is. Still trying to figure out this triangle myself. I understand if you're confused, because I'm confused as hell, and it's been confused as hell for a little while, but that's okay. It is what it is. And here comes one of the men's qualifiers right now, Iron Survivor Challenge match. Wes Lee making his way down to the ring right now. Anybody else bet that Wes Lee might be winning this match because he just looks good for the storyline? And they are taking a break. We're going to take a break right with them here. Just kind of bear with me here for just a minute. We'll be right back, guys. Be right back in about, give us a minute. We'll be back in a minute. That means you have left. Okay. But yeah, absolutely is. Yeah. You can hear stuff moving in the background, us talking in the distance. For real? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would go into the computer, basically remove the microphone. I will after this is over with. I can't do it while I'm live. It won't let me do it. I know. We're getting there. Yeah. And we're back. Back like a snack attack right there. I see we got 37 total on all platforms. That's looking good to me. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm loving it. Y'all make this y'all make the streams exciting when I've got all that going on there. It really does. Makes everything work well, flows well, everything. So, like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get it up over 40. Pause. Let's turn that all the way off. That should do a lot. Let's see here. Once again, the stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And when you need to find synergy It's Freshen Up Energy, live and in living color, coming to you from NXT tonight for this watch along. They're still on a commercial break, so I'm kind of taking it with them just a little bit here. It's interesting. It's interesting, so to speak, that viewership is still a thing. I'm just doing that here during the commercial breaks because we got to do something to keep the energy high, so to speak. But yeah, I got into it today a little bit over viewership and so on and so forth. Looks like that's going to be the continuing thing from here on out. Just a heads up, I don't care what you watch, just enjoy it. And honestly, I come to these streams and these watch-alongs with the idea of I'm going to enjoy it just like a fan. I inject a little bit of analysis here and there and so on and so forth, but usually I try to do this as a watch-along so much as a fan more than an analyst because I think it just makes it that much more fun. Now, some things I will call out if they're glaring and so on and so forth. Otherwise, let's just have a good time. Let's watch what we want to watch here. And like I said, I tuned in for it. I started the stream, so I don't really have a whole lot of leverage to stand there and discuss things. Now, if something is really, really bad, I will say something, but that's a very rare thing. I think you guys have been sitting with me for streams now. Monday Night Raw was about where it just got a little bit out of hand because some of the stuff they were doing just absolutely bothered me. It made it very hard to cover the show, but we still got through it. We still enjoyed it. And we're sitting at 40 viewers. 40. Gotta love that number. See here. They're doing a backstage segment right now for the Iron Man contest, obviously. So let's see what we got here. It definitely looks like they're motivated, that's for sure. I can't argue with that conclusion at all. Cedric Alexander making his way down to the ring right now. Let's see who he's going to be competing against. Cedric Alexander making his way to ringside right now. Just a reminder, they're going to be Friday and Saturday, Dade City, Florida, Tampa, Florida for NXT Live. Coming to a town near you, as long as you live in Dade City, Florida, or Tampa, Florida, they're coming to you live. Cedric Alexander in the ring with Wes Lee right now. Truthfully, this should be an interesting match. It should be a fun match to call. It should be a fun match to sit around with. Just a reminder, Jack Daniels, old number 7. Personally, I'm a Rabbit Hole fan myself. Rabbit Hole Rye has always been good to me. All right, we've got the bell right here. Wes Lee, Cedric Alexander, Iron Survivor qualifying match. A little bit of a hip toss out of Cedric Alexander. Cedric been at this for a minute and some change. Wes Lee been at this for at least a couple of years that I know of. Maybe probably longer than that, 3-4 years total. Cedric Alexander giving him the shove off. And walking right up to him, Wes Lee heads straight for the ropes for protection. Doing that subtle heel stuff. See, these are things, I think the future looks good for Wes Lee just because I'm looking at it like this. Headlock out of a sort of a hip tie-up and leading into a headlock. But yeah, I think Wes Lee is obviously bound for bigger and better things. He just knows how to work that character very well. Now, the size issue... in this day and age, in this WWE, I don't think size really makes that much of a difference. It's can you tell a story and can you do it in character? Cedric Lee with a headlock, ground and pound. Wes Lee rolls it over, catches a 1 count. Wes Lee is a consummate performer to me. That's just all there is to it. If I was going to say something really, really good about something, that would be it right there. Because I absolutely know what he's doing, and it's not something you have to explain with a vignette or anything like that. I know what Wes Lee's doing. Wes Lee's playing his heel part, and he's playing it perfectly. Hip toss into a headlock. Wesley trying to hit Cedric Alexander in the back with his knees just a little bit, trying to create some separation. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. He finally got him back up to his feet. Boot to the back of the knee, leverage, and a cartwheel into an arm bar. Wesley starting to take control back, and Cedric Alexander says, I don't think so. Rolls through it, flips around, and a leg sweep. Oh, Wesley just barely missing, picking up in there a little bit of an insecurity. That actually looked entertaining right there. That actually looked innovative to me. I don't even have a call for that. I mean, I know there is a call for it, but I'm not going to sit here and make up words to describe something that just doesn't exist. But you don't have to describe that at all. A stiff right hand, pause. That's a good way to get all kinds of good things going up. Wesley tried to get in. He's catching these boots right now. He's not catching these hands, but he's definitely catching the boots. On the way in, he finally catches the boot. Big chop. And he collapses like a sack of potatoes. Cedric Lee hits, and Cedric Lee will fly. Whoa, he stopped himself short. Uh-oh. This might be a little bit of a problem for Cedric Lee as he's sitting there going, yeah, I got a little problem here. Very little. That looks like an injury right there. It really does. So, yeah, they're taking a break right away. Usually when something like that happens, that's usually the result. I think, if I'm not mistaken, NXT is coming to you live tonight. I do not believe it's taped for broadcast. It does not appear to be taped for broadcast, so it does appear to be coming to us live. Cedric Alexander on the outside, grabbing his thigh, etc., etc. Let's see what we've got here. They're going to take a break. We're going to take it right with them. We'll be right back.
WWF is working around the clock to prevent tragedies like this by protecting threatened wildlife around the world and their habitats. And we desperately need your help. Visit WWFjoy.org, scan the code, or call now. For just $12 a month, you can symbolically adopt an elephant calf. You'll support WWF's efforts to save some of the world's most endangered species and their habitats. Do it in the next 5 minutes, and we'll send you this adoption kit with this adorable plush elephant. They need your help today. Go online, call, or scan now. On Inside the NFL, you better be tough. You saw our game face in there. Take your hits. It always listen to the coach. Can we see your game face, Chad? Inside the NFL, new episode this Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on the CW. So then I told him, I'd like to see what he had to offer. I told him it wasn't really about the money. It's not. Like, clogged drains interrupt your day. Did you know they can also be a stinky health hazard that causes waste to back up into your home? That's nice, me. We can help. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com to request an appointment. Back in my day, drains were called buckets. Because you didn't have plumbing. I get it.
We're the Perry Brothers, Wilmington's favorite tourists.
And we want to invite you to an exclusive event. Perry's reporting a 60% off sale for 6 hours only.
Saturday, November the 30th and the 4th, over 600 items on sale.
Unique estate jewelry, pendants, earrings, wedding bands, diamonds, engagement rings, all on sale. In all 3 locations, Hampstead, Charlotte, and Wilmington. You don't want to miss this event.
It only happens once a year. Perry's reporting 60% on sale. And we'll see you when you get here. Thanks.
Seniors, are you
money on their car insurance.
You might save a little, you might save a lot.
Maybe hundreds of dollars a year.
You might save 5% a year, maybe 10%, 15%, or even more. That's a lot of money.
So call right now and find out just how much money you might save.
1-800-912-2517. 1-800-912-2517.
And we're back. Wesley clearly has the upper hand at this point right now, working on Cedric Alexander's left arm. Cedric Alexander answering with some big elbows, trying to get free. Another armbar. And it looks like Wesley might fly on this one. Ooh! Now, that was innovative on the part of Cedric Alexander. I'm just going to say that right now. And I wouldn't have thought to kick him in the head on the way up like that. That was a good move. Hey, we got 46. Let's see if we can get 50. Let's go for 50. Just for the hell of it. Let's go for 50. Meanwhile, if you want to catch one of my threads right now, Glenn Gilberti is completely embarrassing himself in the thread. It's just absolutely horrible. All he's doing is just saying the same shit all over and over again. Glenn, stop. Go do your security guard job, okay? I'm saying it live. You see, I won't say anything in the tweet I wouldn't say live, and I don't say anything live on here that I wouldn't say live on the streets. So just keep that in mind. Okay? Just dropping some knowledge on you. Big drop kick from Cedric Alexander, connected solidly on the left cheek of Wesley. Wesley's trying to figure out which way's up, questioning life decisions as we speak. Cedric Alexander hops over the top rope and meets him in the middle with a... That was sort of a mix between a lariat, the sidewalk slam, and about 10,000 other things right there on the ring apron. And he's getting in there with a swinging DDT. Wesley has no earthly idea what planet he's on, but he can count to 3 and knows when to pop up. So he gets the shoulder up. Just missed that 3 count. That was just something else there. Hey, we are sitting at 51 viewers. I see you guys out there. Let's see what we got over here on the multi-stream. We got anything going on the multi-stream? No, we don't. Let's be back to Twitter here. None ya. Oh, my. I think I know who this is. So that's cool and all that. So, I mean, enjoy the show, man. That's what we're doing right now. We're enjoying the show. Swing and a miss on Cedric Alexander's part. Sort of like a tightrope kick to the head, etc., etc., etc. there. Comes around, does a flip, and does a Pele kick all at the same time. Almost a 3 count, 2.5, maybe 2 3/4. Cedric Alexander reorganizing his mind. Let's see here. I got a text message. Everybody knows where I'm at. I have no idea who that is and don't care. To whoever's doing those random text messages to, the person that comes out with the exact same gibberish line, stop. Please stop. You're embarrassing yourself too. Big lariat from Cedric Alexander, flips Wesley inside out. Cedric's starting to get his second win, coming in just in the nick of time here. Let's see what we got. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? I see you over there. I totally see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for jumping in there. Caught a turnbuckle pad for no good reason and creates a distraction for the referee. 1 and 2, and not enough for 3 as he's trying to get the turnbuckle pad back on the center turnbuckle. Somehow, I don't know how, but I think that's going to come into play here in just a minute. Whew. Big shout out to Cedric Alexander here because it looks like he's getting ready to blow the match here. If I see it coming, yep, I saw it coming. There it is. Cedric Alexander just got his bell rung, his clock cut, his clock cleaned, his reset button hit, and Control-Alt-Delete all in the same move. when he goes headlong into it. Big knees, 1, 2, and 3. Wesley moves on to the Iron Man qualifier December 7th. December 7th. It was kind of an interesting moment there. I did see what was going on there, and sure enough, he caught that corner nice and flush, brained himself, was no good. Meteora for the win. How's it going down there tonight, Catherine? I see you over there. Deadline Saturday, December 7th. Yeah, Wesley is the #1 entrant into the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Now, I will say this right here. WWE's done an awful lot of concept matches, and I got to say, this one right here's got some potential. It's got some potential. I can see a whole lot of booking angles on it and so on and so forth. It's just a matter of, can they sustain it? If they could sustain this right here, this might be the this might be the storyline CW needs to get it up off the ground here a little bit. I know they're pushing 600,000 viewers. I saw the same number, or whatever it was. I saw the same numbers everybody else saw. I get it. I understand. They're pulling in decent numbers. Network television, not necessarily. Oh, doing grad work. Yeah, I need to be doing some of that in about a year, I think. I think I'm going to go back to school, but I think it's just going to be a degree collection this time. I think I'm going to sign up Texas A&M, try to catch a degree from Texas A&M. Just because I want one, I happen to like Texas A&M, and I happen to respect their educational system and so on and so forth. And it's actually reasonable. I did not reasonable by today's standards, outrageous by our standards. When I went to college, you could get out of college for $2,000 a year. Now you can't even get in the door for $2,000. It's crazy. Anyway, backstage segment here. Tony D'Angelo reaching out apparently for some information. Sean Spears, and I never remember that other guy's name. Sorry, I just don't. Looks like it's coming together. PhD in history. Ooh. I got one of my undergrads in history from Charlotte. I feel for you. I really do. I mean, I love history just as much as everybody else does that's in the department. But I made the mistake of getting the entire load in 1 year. Pause. I split it up between 3 semesters, and I finished the entire history section in 1 year. I will never do something that ignorant and stupid again in my life. I promise you that will never happen. I read so many books and wrote so many papers that year, I could not... there were plenty of days that I didn't even get to go outside just trying to keep up with the schoolwork. So yeah, it was a dumb idea, but I got it all done in 1 year. I got myself out of college a lot faster than I would have the other way around too. So anyway, yeah, backstage segment here. We're just about finished with that. Let's get back to the ring here and let's see what's going on, unless they're cutting to another commercial. No, it is Whoop That Trick Williams, and we are sitting at 55 viewers. Let's keep this good energy up, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's just keep it going. I'm happy with that. We're going to a commercial. I'll be right back as well here. Just give me 1 second here. We'll be right back, probably like 30 seconds. We got plenty to talk about. It's kind of interesting. So things are getting kind of funny on the feeds too. So check those out when you get a minute. Those will be funny to read too. And, you know, like I said, working on your PhD in history, that is a task, and I talked myself out of going for a master's and PhD in history in quite a bit. I went to the business route for a little while, got enough of that paper, picked up some certifications, rolled with it from there. You know how that goes. If you know, you know. All right, we'll be right back here in approximately 30 seconds. Stick with us.
Ask your doctor about Rexulti. At Burger King, we plain grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 opportunities for just $5. It's not what's under the tree that matters. It's who's around.
Incoming dishes! Dawn Power Wash flies to 99% greasy brine in half the time.
Even Jones freeze 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
No such got clean.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
When you order Domino's online, they give you a free pizza used for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have a free pizza when you need it most. Get your emergency pizza when you order Domino's online.
Here you go. Thank you. Bye.
Dinner's ready. A better banking app is right at your fingertips. Download Dave, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No interest, credit checks, or late fees. Download the Dave app now or go to dave.com today.
This week, it's a showdown between two of the ACC's elite quarterbacks on CW Football Saturday. Kyle McCord is lighting it up for the Orange as he powers Syracuse off the road to his rival for Fernando Mendoza. Cal. CW Football Saturday, live this weekend with Eastern 12 Pacific.
Everybody ready?
The best words win. That is a triple word score. Here's the hook.
Really know?
Some Cam David, you follow? I'm a big fan of people who know stuff. Give me 1 point. Well played.
I love giving away other people's money.
Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit. New episodes Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Kalani Jordan won tonight with a rematch against Fallon Henley for the Women's North American title. Your thoughts?
And we're back. Kalani Jordan giving a backstage interview right now on her thoughts about the North American title and how she's planning on regaining it. We have 57 viewers. I'm ecstatic. That's the best way I can say it. I'm just really sitting on it tightly right now. Pause. But I am absolutely ecstatic. Thank you, everybody. This is a good makeup from yesterday, man. We were struggling yesterday, and I couldn't figure out what was going on there. So glad to see that we're back to our regular numbers and so on and so forth. And Catherine, I'm telling you right now, I admire that. People who want to move past that part of it, I admire it. I really do. Here comes Trick Williams to the ring right now to address something. Let's see what we've got coming up here. 59 viewers. Let's see if we can get it over 60. Let's do that. Let's see if we can get it over 60. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And Catherine, I have seriously thought about pursuing a master's, but I don't know yet. I haven't thought that whole process out, and there's just so much going on. Freshen Up Energy, Cosmic Snacks, they're keeping me busy. Apparently, I have been asked by some of my pool friends if I would please give them one more chance to come back. So I may very well do that next year as well, too. So I'm going to have that on top of everything else. We're going to be, that's why I was wearing my pool jersey tonight. Maybe doing that as well. Trick Williams talking about deadline here. I'll be right. Let me see what he's saying here. Well, then what are you out here to talk about, Trick? Ridge Holland, okay.
I apologize for the interruption. You know I got no beef with you, but I do still have beef with Ridge Holland.
So apparently the entire locker room has beef with Ridge Holland at this point, because that's like two that I know of, and there's at least one or two in the back.
never find a way to bounce back and land on your feet. Right?
Yep, he sure does.
I ain't really known you, I ain't seen you face to face. But I think we all need to take a moment and recognize Mr. J for everything you've done here at NXT, all the hard work you've done.
That's correct, because he has put in the work, and believe it or not, every time I see him wrestle, I think he does pretty good in the ring. I'm not even hating on him.
You've done everything here at NXT. Oh, but not everything when I think about it.
I think, are we at this place where WWE champions start asking other people for title shots without them actually being, because somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that a thing about a month or so ago?
This needs to stop right now.
And Ridge Holland makes his way out to the ring to have a conversation with Trick. I'm sure this is going to go well and there'll be no violence, but hey, we're getting there.
And you call yourself a champion, Trick?
So now I think we're getting the proper introduction here where Ridge Holland asks for the title match and not Trick. That would kind of be usually the way it goes.
For a guy that I played ambulance 2 weeks ago.
Quick callback to that ambulance match.
Professor, you need to learn that I moved up. And Trick?
Ridge is also sporting some new ink. Apparently everybody got some new ink this week. Must have been something in town. I don't know.
And you know that I need to be strapped to your NXT title. Whoa, Riz, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. That's everything you put me through, everything you put the university through. I want one more match. No. I put the university on the line. If you win, Chase, you is yours.
Okay, it's a battle for Chase U coming out of nowhere.
I know a tad about your precious little university. You've already doubled your win and don't pop. The only thing that I care about is the NXT title.
Okay, so Ridge Holland is making a formal request for a championship match.
Ridge, you want a chance at the NXT championship? Mr. Chase, you want a chance to whoop his ass? Okay, I got an idea. I say we go see April. We set it up next week. Ridge Holland versus Andre Chase. And the winner gets a match of me at Deadline.
So Ridge Holland and Andre Chase next week, the winner catching a match with Trick Williams at Deadline.
After all the hard work you put in for the last few years, after everything you overcome, after everything, look, Chase was out here for you. And they see love, Chase.
That's correct. NXT does love Chase U. That's absolute fact.
A relationship that he has with Duke, a relationship he has with Riley, and a relationship that he has with Deacon. I'll tell you now. You take what? I won't lie. What you just said. I beat you.
So we're not even going to recap it. He's like, I want that. All right, so Ridge Holland coming up with his own ideas about the other guy's ideas and the other guy's ideas.
For a man that never can win the big one. Suave Gambo, Mr. Chase. What are you gonna do?
I think he's going to take the match. What do y'all think? Because we're not handing out Academy Awards for this one. I got to say that. I'm just not.
You're on. Ridge Holland next week. I'm gonna give you an Andre Chase University size ass whooping.
So, yeah, Andre Chase decides he's going to give Ridge Holland a Chase U-sized ass whooping, and Ridge Holland gets a cheap shot in, and Trick Williams proceeds to whoop that trick. Boom, double boot. And what's that spell? Ridge Holland rolling out of the ring and licking his wounds all the way to the back. Looks like we're going to have a match between Andre Chase and Ridge Holland next week. And the winner gets to keep Chase U. And they also, as a side dish, get to deal with Trick Williams. Jada Parker in the back. Jada Parker working out her little side piece here about how she's going to make it in there, and she's going to go ahead and win the Iron Qualifier, or win the Iron Man match, or Iron Woman match in this situation. So it looks like NXT is actually building a story around this whole thing too, and that does look like... Oh, yeah. Nikita Lyons making her way down to the ring. Great friend of Covalent TV. Great friend of a lot of podcasters. Phenomenal wrestler. We're just kind of hoping this time's going to be the charm and she can keep it healthy for a little while. Adriana Rizzo going to be making her way down to the ring here shortly, but Nikita Lyons got to show you a thing or two here. And we're heading to commercial break once again. We'll be right back in roughly about 35-40 seconds.
doesn't overwhelm, like,
Can't fire letter much go the road.
because Danny White is gentle and balanced. It's a nature-inspired scent to breathe life into your laundry. And
No, that's really worth it. I think we're getting close. Pushing me away. Don't my advice. You're pregnant, boy. You're pregnant. You tell me that. I'm your father.
And we're back. NXT Tuesday, December 17th, coming from Lowell, Massachusetts. That's right up close to Boston. Who knows what we could see at that point.
When I was in Japan with Pro Wrestling Noah in a more really impressed me. I think it was almost just something.
Yoshiki Nakamura is in the office with Ava now. It looks like he's going to be one of their NXT signups. Eddie Thorpe has a question. Josh has a question. Ava has some issues. All right, the D'Angelo family making their way down here. Obviously, Adriana Rizzo making her way down to have a conversation about how things did not quite go the way she thought they were going to go. So we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it with 60 viewers right now. Thank you very much. Just a quick reminder, this stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. When you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. 3 weeks ago, Rizzo found herself injured at the hands of Nikita Lyons here. And she tried to get her some of it then. It just didn't work out. And suicide dive from 2 weeks ago. Just to let you know she was handy and available. So let's get it on. These ladies look like they are ready. Collar and elbow tie up. Gets her into the ropes here. Nikita Lyons just standing there looking at her. Huge kick. Right out through the ring. Shoulder into the gut. Trying to do a sunset flip. That is probably not going to work out very well. Not yet. I wouldn't try that in the first minute or so of the match. Now they're just trading elbows back and forth, back and forth. Rizzo is fighting like the rent is due yesterday. Working her ass off in that ring too, might I add. Caught her that time, did her homework, caught her coming in the ring like that. Big elbow trying to get herself back into the ring. Adriana Rizzo, top rope. Got caught, and is in a submission maneuver right now. And just sitting there banging her into the rope. Rizzo is about out. Y'all don't know this yet, but that master lock she's got on her right now is probably going to get it done. Turns it into just a dump everything on the ground scenario there. Kind of like a sidewalk slam, but not really. Nikita Lyons just having her way with Rizzo. Whoa! Picked up a 2 count on that one. Not enough for the 3, but definitely working her way in. More and more. Wait a minute. Rizzo reversed it just for a second there. Lyons still comfortably in control of this match. Hasn't really taken her feet off the gas just yet. Hip attack, hip attack, hip attack. Rizzo is currently questioning life decisions, picking up a 2 count, not enough for 3. Rizzo kicks out. Lyons looks a little bit pissed off. Not exactly sure that's how you want to approach it. We are sitting at 61 viewers. Let's just see if we can get to 70. Why not? Why not? Sounds like a good number. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get those likes and shares and comments up and everything. As you can see, when you drop comments, I actually respond to them. Getting all that weight on her is not going to help her stamina very much on this one here. Lyons is firmly in control. Rizzo, ooh, turns it into a shoulder toss, so to speak. Big boot to the back of the head from the prone position. Big elbow. She's trying to make a comeback here. Big shoulder block. Another big shoulder block. Takes her off her feet. Bam! She's going to try to suplex her. Not the greatest of ideas to come up with at the last minute. Swing and a miss. A flying Rizzo. Caught her off guard. Rizzo back up on her feet. A Thez press from nowhere. And here we go with the elbows and everything. 1, 2, and not enough for the 3. Not enough for the 3. Another 2 count, still not enough for the 3. Let's do this. There we go, getting that cleared out. Oh, big boot. Kinda. From the middle rope, tries to catch her again. Big full body press. Nikita Lyons catches her in midstream. Oh, big boot out of nowhere. Getting up on that second rope. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's the end of the match. Nikita Lyons with a flying body press off the second rope and a scream just for good measure out of nowhere. Nikita Lyons is your winner. This had nothing to do with the Iron Woman challenge coming up at Deadline, but you know what, Ava? She might be worth a look at this point. I think I would put her in that scenario. Rizzo with a crowbar out of nowhere, saying just because you won the match doesn't mean I don't win the war. Exactly. I'm ahead of the commentary. You know, it is. Andre Chase being confronted by his fellow Chase U members. Riley Osborne, Thea Hale, Andre Chase, and I can't remember this other guy's name here, so just bear with me on that. Duke Hudson, there we go. I can hardly ever remember his name. It's hard to remember. Thea Hale, probably the most memorable one out of all of them because, you know, she's really putting the work in, been putting the work in. Ready to see her make the move to the main roster, too. This might actually be a vehicle to make that happen. Because if anybody needs to go ahead and get to the main roster before Stephanie, Giulia, and Delta, I will never remember her name for some reason, the one they've given her. Before those 3 hit the main roster, it might be a good idea to get Thea Hale up there so she can get some reps in and so on and so forth. Because once those 3 ladies make it up there, it's game over. It really is. It's game over for the entire division. It's just going to be those 3. Which is why you see them working a lot amongst themselves at that. Javon Evans making his way down to the ring. Javon Evans doing pretty well in NXT. Had a solid match with Randy Orton a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 now, I forget. But, I mean, he had a solid outing on there. I realized there were some botches. Everybody was making fun of it. But you know what? Those things are going to happen. We just had a botch. And they're heading back to commercial break here again. We're probably going to take a quick commercial with them, too. We got roughly about 39 minutes left of NXT because it looks like they're going to be going off on time tonight. Pause. And, yeah. So they're taking a break. We're going to take it right with them here. We will have most of these audio issues fixed by the next stream because I'm going to get in there and test it. That's what I'm going to do next. I apologize for those. Nothing's been perfect. Last night we had a couple of internet interruptions of some sort or something to that effect, and that was part of the problem last night. Tonight it just seems to be audio issues, but it's a brand new setup, so I'm kind of halfway expecting that to happen when it does happen. So just a heads up, I mean, I'm expecting it. We're working on it. I'm working around it, at least for the stream right now, because you know what? I can make the sound good, etc., etc. We'll be back roughly in about 30 seconds here. Stay tuned.
NXT superstars have stopped by to hop in the ring with me. You're about to step into a back questions.
Wilmington's premier wedding expo is back again. Join River Landing and WWAY November 17th at Aloft Festival Center and meet with wedding exhibitors and vendors to help you plan your dream wedding. Register for your chance to win a designer dress from Cinderella's Rockefeller's Bridal Boutique. Tickets are still available, so head to WilmingtonWeddingExpo.com to get yours today. Come to the 2024 Wilmington Wedding Expo and visit with...
And we're back. Yeah, they still got commercials running. Obviously, you can hear them in the background, no doubt. Let's turn the volume all the way down there, at least for the commercials, or we can just hit the mute button. That works just fine, too. There we go. That way we don't have to listen to that. We have had so much fun today. Just a reminder, this stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks, and when you need to find synergy, it is Freshen Up Energy. Got roughly about 30 minutes left of actual showtime. There's going to be 5 minutes at least of promos and things of that nature. So obviously, we're not having a very promo-heavy show, but it just feels like it tonight for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, big win by Nikita Lyons in that last match there. Even though she did catch a crowbar from Rizzo, like I said, sometimes you can win the battle and lose the war, and apparently Nikita Lyons did lose the war on this one in particularly. Let's see what we got here. And we're back live on NXT here, and we have Zarya walking around cutting a promo. Zarya cutting a backstage promo. See, I figured eventually they'd give me her name, so it works out pretty well so far. I think when you get Zarya and Stephanie Bakur and Giulia all three together, that's the other reason why I said I think Thea Hale needs to go ahead and make her way up to the main roster, because if she falls behind this trio will be good for 3 to 5 years minimum. I realize she's young, but it would be good to go ahead and get in there and get your chops in while you're still young before all of this stuff makes its way up to the main roster. And that doesn't even mention Jordynne Grace, who has openly declared that she would like to go to WWE, even though I think she might want to rethink that because the pond is getting smaller and the fish are getting bigger. Now, I know she's great, and don't get me wrong, it's just I'm not concerned about her abilities. I'm concerned about the book. And that's where I'm coming from on that one. Lexus King making his way down to the ring. Apparently we are going to have another qualifier match here, I think. I'm not sure. But Lexus King making his way down to the ring right now. Staff in hand. Pause. Get a quick commercial for Diablo, the Vessel of Hatred, and Sonic 3. Fog Machine working overtime down here. Lexus King, Javon Evans. This ought to be, on paper, this ought to be a pretty damn good match. And we're sitting on 61 viewers. Let's see if we can get that number up to 70. I mean, while we're at it, let's go for it. Why not? Yes, this is an Iron Survivor qualifying match. Javon Evans versus Lexus King. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the first moments for Javon Evans. Even though Lexus King had other opportunities in other promotions, Javon Evans, I think this is his first solid look at getting into a mainstream match. I could be wrong about that. I know he's probably done some title work. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Javon Evans got him in a wrist lock here. Lexus does a little bit of a loop-to-loop, a little bit of a half cartwheel. Big boot to the face makes him break that hold. Wasn't that problematic at all? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Javon slips in there and tries to catch him with a roll-up there. Picks up a pin of 2. Lexus King going, well, changing his mind, turning that into a a pinning predicament. Uh-oh, leg sweep, count of nothing. Lexus King, Javon Evans going back and forth just a little bit here, filling each other out. Pause. Oh. Let's see what Lexus has got in the tank for this one. Bear with me just a minute, folks. I need to check something out real quick. Big high drop kick from Javon Evans straight into Lexus King's chest. It was solid. I mean, Javon Evans has got one of the prettiest drop kicks I've seen out of NXT. Suicide dive that goes almost all the way to the ramp. If we could just get past that bouncy thing there, I think we'd be all right. Boom, off the top rope, misses completely. Lexus King catches in, a whip into the, no, reversed it, and yeah, nothing's going on with that one. Ooh! Headbutt to an area we probably should not have a conversation about. That'll hurt the algorithm. It was totally an accident. Lexus King summarily racks him. Apparently he wasn't bouncy high enough. And yeah, since they're going straight to commercial on that one there, I got to believe maybe something went a little sideways on that one. But we're in a commercial right now for X-Chair on my side. I don't know what you guys are working with right now, but I do see that may be my next chair. Shout out to the commercial. Exactly. Shout out to the commercial. We'll be right back in just a second here. They're taking a commercial. I'll take it with them.
carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction. And get 2 unlimited lines for just $30 each. With easy monthly billing. Call 1-888-5 or visit citycellular.com today. That is
And we're back live on the Sicko Show on Graps TV. I'm your host, the Matty Man. This stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And when you need to find synergy, it is Freshen Up Energy. We are back. I'm still looking at a sports commercial at the moment, so kind of bear with me here just a little bit. I understand I'm running about 30 seconds behind most on everybody here, so I'm calling it live as it happens. But it's getting to you on a tape delay, so to speak. We're back now, and Lexis King firmly in control with a half crab on Javon Evans. I wonder how they solved that little situation where Javon just didn't get bouncy enough and caught Lexis King flesh in the head with, yeah, here it goes. He did actually give him time to recover, so I thought that was really cool. So that tells me that could have been an actual legitimate accident right there. Because generally the heel does not say, okay, take time to get better. Out of nowhere, what was that? Big suplex pops right up. Javon Evans clearly in control here. Hopping up to that top rope. Springboard. Flying body press 1 and 2, and not enough for 3, 2.5. It was that close, ladies and gentlemen. It was that close. 2.5 for Javon Evans as he makes his way back up to the top rope again here. I think that might be problematic. You can get away with stuff like that about 1 time. I'm guessing they're probably not doing it for 2. Super kick from nowhere from Lexis King. 1 and 2 and almost 3. That was a 2 7/8 right there. It was that close. Just to recap, Stephanie McCool and Julia defeat Last Legend and Jakar Jackson. Soul Ruler qualifies for the Women's Iron Survivor match. Nikita Lyons defeats Adriana Rizzo. Wesley qualifies for the Men's Iron Survivor match. And we are watching Javon Evans and Lexis King trade blows. Pause. Back and forth. Oh, that was out of nowhere. Javon getting himself up to that top rope there. That's where he does his best. He is a high flyer. Big frog splash out of nowhere. 1 and 2 and still not enough for the 3 count. Lexis King kicks out. He's trying to make his way back. Probably still questioning life decisions. Backbreaker, backstabber, whatever we're calling it, right straight up there. Picks him up kind of in a fisherman suplex turned into a Falcon Era, but only, and I called it an era intentionally because I don't think there was an arrow involved there. Almost a 3, 2 3/4. He's just about there. Javon Evans making his way to the corner. Big boot to Lexis King running in just like a bull in a china shop. 2 hops. Spinning frog splash and 3 count. Javon Evans picks up the 3 in this Iron Man qualifier match. He will be going, oh my goodness, he will be going to, it's Deadline, NXT Deadline. It's like literally right on the edge of my tongue there. Not the tip, but pretty much close to the edge, you know? He's trying to get this thing live for WWE Deadline coming December 7th. Lexus looking a little bit put out. Javon Evans walking over to offer a hand, a good match, doing that sportsmanship thing. And a big hug at the end of the match tells me we might be in for something here. Lexus King raising his arm. They've been doing that lately for some reason. We got Nathan Frazier and Axiom in the back having a conversation. It seems that they are never going to break up either. And that's okay because I don't think V wants them to break up. Obviously, one of my buddies, one of their buddies, a friend of a friend, so to speak. All right, so they're still cutting the same backstage work they've been cutting for several weeks now. It's one of those scenarios where you've got to ask yourself, are they going to break up or what? OTM walking up to Axiom, probably to see who situates his... Wait a minute, we got the family in. We've got... Yeah, okay. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a backstage squabble out of absolutely nowhere, but that's okay. It's NXT. They're edgy. Next Tuesday, we're going to get the rest of the qualifying matches for Deadline. Then I guess we're going to be building some other storylines, preferably the one that's going to see Trick Williams. If Andre Chase loses, Chase, you must disband to Ridge Holland. And that will be the #1 contenders match as well, because whoever pulls that match out gets a one-way ticket to Deadline to go see Trick Williams and see if Trick can whoop that Trick. Who knows? Kalani Jordan making her way to ringside right now, or at least pacing in that general direction. Let's see how it comes together. Looks like Fallon Henry, Kalani Jordan, North American Women's Championship coming up next. Both women making their way to the ring as we go to yet another commercial break. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds, so to speak, and then we'll pick up where we left off.
Even though my mom's Alzheimer's, we still look close. But when she developed vegetation on her happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease, distance came between us. She'd get upset looking for her heart, then wander, then started swearing. She got out to the doctor. She talked to her doctor. Fixate is the only FDA-approved medication proven to reduce vegetation symptoms that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of understand, report fever, stiff muscles and confusion, handicapped development, or uncontrolled muscle movements due to impairment, high blood sugar, trauma or death, weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness or standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. For the thought, help reduce my mom's symptoms. Take action for your loved one. Talk to their doctor today about their safety.
And we're back. I saw that we had 61 viewers there for a minute, and I was about to just celebrate all over the place, but it looks like we still have 61 viewers along with us here. I want to thank y'all for stopping by tonight, because obviously I couldn't do this without y'all. Even though I say that I would sit here and talk to dead air all day long, I wouldn't do that. You know that, I know that, and the whole 9 yards. You guys are the ones that keep these streams fun. I'm just here to facilitate it. That's what I do. And I enjoy every single minute of it. I realize the lighting is something to behold. I'm working on that as well. But we'll figure that part out just a little bit later. Right now, they should be finishing up a commercial break here any second now. Let's go ahead and handle some business here on this side. See where we're at here. Let me just go ahead and do that and get that part done and over with, so I know exactly where I'm at and what I'm looking for. We're already at 116 unique views. I really appreciate that, guys. Everybody's just kind of showing up and showing out tonight. There we go. Go back here, take a look at this. Yeah, we're looking good all the way across the board. That's why I came back early. Everything's looking good. Everything's running well, except for the audio issues, which I'll address those tomorrow. I'll get it taken care of, and hopefully everything will be fine for our stream tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. We're going to have an action-packed card tomorrow. I've got it all listened out there. Give me just a second here. I'll go over what we're going to be covering tomorrow. While we're waiting for everybody else to come around, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have Juice Robinson, Christian Cage, Jay White, and Hangman Page in a match. We're going to hear from Bobby Lashley, Will Ospreay, and, of course, Jon Moxley. Going to be handling business around there. Lexis King coming in the back, kicking the lockers in the locker room. Everybody's clearing out for him. Dante Chen, Hank and Tank, I mean, you know, he's surrounded by a bunch of people. Going to help lift him up after that disappointing loss. Gallus making their way in there to have a little word or two. I mean, you know, just boys being boys. As a buddy of mine over at Covalent TV says, without a question, it's just boys being boys. That's what it is. Now we're back ringside. Kalani Jordan making her way down to the ring. See if she can recapture the NXT Women's North American Championship from Fallon Henry, who shouldn't be too far behind her on this one. I will note that we're sitting right now with 14 minutes left to go in the show, so I would like to give a preemptory shout out to WWE for actually putting 10 minutes at least together for these ladies, to see if we can't get a pretty decent match in the ring here. It's always good to see when WWE is giving the women some airtime, because I think a lot of us would like to see that, because we all know that the men's division has a couple of little hang-ups here and there, and we know about it, and it exists. It's a thing. I feel comfortable talking about it because most WWE fans and stans that I see on Twitter, on Facebook, are saying the exact same thing. The women's division's popping. What's going on with the men's division? Well, if the women's division is popping, Fallon Henry making her way into the ring, seems to me like you allocate time to things that pop. That is just a thought. All right, Fallon Henry making her way into the ring, showing off that North American Championship, that NXT gold that she's proud to carry, and quite frankly, I'm happy for her. It looks good on her. Even though she is the bad guy and I'm supposed to boo, it doesn't matter. It looks like she's paid her dues and she's ready, very ready. Mike Rome in the room for the call. Mike Rome doing the introductions here. Bear with me just 1 second here. I'm going to adjust my camera one time. All right, let's see if that helped a little bit. Now, I'm going to have to work on the lighting a little bit. I did not pay attention to the lighting. I did not realize it was that bad in this room because the rooms are basically the same. One's on one end of the house, the other one's on the other end of the house. But apparently the lighting is just completely different for this room altogether. Let's see what we got here. Collar and elbow tie-up between Kalani Jordan and Fallon Henry. They are working their way around to the ring, into the corner, getting out of the corner. They have not broke this collar and elbow tie-up. I'm still thinking from the looks of it, yeah, I'm still thinking Fallon may go over, but they have not broke this collar and elbow tie-up. You would be surprised at how refreshing this actually is for me. I think we might accidentally get a wrestling match here. It looks like that's what we're going to do. Leg sweep there. Fallon Henry pops out up for a 1 count. Hip toss on Kalani Jordan. Misses the leg sweep. Big chop from Fallon Henry, but it did not seem to make the impression she wanted. So Tony D'Angelo and Brooks Jensen next week on NXT. Swing and a miss by Kalani Jordan. Irish whip into the ropes. Big chop from Kalani Jordan. Like I said, I think we're going to accidentally get a wrestling match here. Hip toss off the rope. Missed the drop kick altogether. Miscalculated just a little bit. Drives her hard into the ring turnbuckle. Pause. And continues to drive that shoulder hard into the corner turnbuckle. Kalani Jordan trying to collect herself. Fallon Henry looking at the referee and talking down to the ref. That's generally what you're supposed to do. Kalani Jordan catches her in a scissors for an enziguri coming over the top there. Big drop kick from Kalani Jordan straight into the chest of Fallon Henry. Kalani stalking to the edge of the ropes. Didn't make that jump. Didn't work out the way Fallon thought it would. Fallon grabs him by the head, drives it into the announce table. Kalani Jordan blocking the second attempt, side slapping Fallon Henry, and a moonsault off of the announce table. Moment to just say that championship is coming home with her tonight. And we're back to a commercial break again. Got to get those last minute commercials in. And like I said, this stream, but I can talk, I promise. This stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you need to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And when you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, before it gets too close to the end of the stream, I would like to say a very heartfelt thank you. I'm looking at 60 viewers right now. I see you guys out there. I see you everywhere. I want to thank you for stopping by and spending your time with us tonight. I know you have options, but you chose to spend time with us, and I really, really, really appreciate that. I gotta say, that Times Square Christmas tree just really gets me going every time, and that was actually a decent commercial for Jack Daniels. Let's see here. Just a couple of more commercials here. They're still on a commercial break. We are going to take just a 30-second break ourselves. We'll be right back. And we're back. Like I said, it'd be a quick 30-second break, just enough to rest my voice up to get ready for these last, now we're down to 8 minutes. Yep, we're still on a commercial break, not a big deal. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about here for tomorrow, we're going to be doing a live watch along for AEW Dynamite. Going to be a pretty packed card, and it's actually going to be slightly promo heavy too. So it's got a little bit of something for everybody. You might want to run in there and check it out. In case you haven't noticed, we've been talking about the media run that Jon Moxley made, just to let everybody know that they are doing an internal reset and they are resetting everything about the show a little bit at a time. Of course, we didn't need to know that from Jon Moxley, but I appreciate him bringing that to us. We've been getting a lot of good shows out of AEW here lately. If you missed it, you have really missed it. But the reality of everything is we got Dynamite tomorrow. And we're going to be doing a live watch along for SmackDown and Rampage as well. I have not figured out my weekend just yet. I'm working on that. I'll have a better answer tomorrow after the Dynamite stream. Both ladies working in the ring right now. We're back. And I got to tell you that last sequence right there was something to behold. It really was. Like I said, we might mess around and get a wrestling match tonight. Fallon Henry working like the pipes are frozen and she needs a plumber. And Kalani Jordan working like the rents do. Both ladies on their knees, swapping elbows back and forth. Meanwhile, we've got a slight backstage brawl for no good reason at all. Just because we can. Meanwhile, the action in the ring... Kalani Jordan takes Fallon Henry down with a something like clothesline. Then a cartwheel into a backsplash. Yeah, something like that. Kalani Jordan showing off the skill set that she does have. Here comes a rolling moonsault. Picked up a count of 2 right there. Both of the other ladies in the referee's ear, left and right, letting him know that he's not doing his job correctly. They're about to get ejected from ringside. Started her climb up the rope. Fallon Henry saw that, got in the middle of it, reversed it, and Fallon Henry back on top again. Running the ropes big. Not quite a bulldog, but, you know, something like that. I forget what WWE terminology is for a lot of the moves, which is why I just kind of describe it instead of trying to call it. Each promotion has their own name for everything, so it's kind of hard to keep up with 5 names for the same move set. Anyway, both these ladies doing battle up here, working. Kalani Jordan was working her way up to the top rope to meet Fallon Henry. She hops up there, gives her a big boot to the head. Fallon still defiantly getting herself up to the top rope. Kalani Jordan meets her right up at the top. Looks like we might get a Spanish fly out of nowhere. 1, 2, not enough for the 3. The Spanish fly not putting her away. It's a transitional move, though, getting close to the finishes here, obviously, because we're running out of time here, so we got to pull this thing together quickly. Kalani Jordan up on the top rope, getting ready for a 460 into a landing. Uh-oh. Fallon Henry reverses it into a 2 count, and we are in the deep end now. Let's see who wants it the most. Kalani Jordan hooking the elbow like that, flipping her over in a fireman's carry suplex. That one I do know, it's universal. Now she's going up for the split leg moonsault. 1, 2, and we have outside the ring interference. Draping her leg across the ring. This should have been the end of this match. Big kick to her, just like that. Now we're getting all of the main roster fuckery happening right here in the last minute. Kalani Jordan dragging everybody into the ring so she knows who she's dealing with. Trying to do a roll up here. 1 and 2 and kicked out. Big punch. Fallon Henry with a Rough Rider on the top there. Looks like this is going to close it out. 1 and 2 and 3. After the outside the ring interference, Kalani Jordan falls yet again to Fallon Henry here at the end of the night tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Gratz TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. I want to thank you guys. Like I said, I didn't want to get caught up at the end here with a tornado of a whole lot of things going on at one time without stopping for a minute to just say thank you. Thank you very much, all of you. You're the ones that make these streams exciting. I mean, I realize I'm here providing the vehicle, but it's everybody, it's all of you that make these streams work for us here. JC Jane with that elbow out of nowhere, and Fallon Henry with a Rough Rider. Closing this match out, 1, 2, 3, Fallon Henry still your NXT North American Women's Champion, and that is the end of the show tonight. I want to thank you guys for viewing. Just a quick reminder, this stream has been brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks, and when you need synergy, it is Freshen Up Energy. Little bit of in-show segment here. Looks like we're building into a family war. That's what it looks like it's heading to right now. I'm predicting a three-way, a fatal three-way for the NXT Tag Team titles. It's starting to shape up like that's what we're working towards as we have an end-of-show brawl here at the end. Just a reminder, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We're about to go to commercial, or actually we're about to go to the end of the show right here. And it looks like we're going to end the show out in a huge brawl to determine kind of sort of how this match is going to play out. Now I'm seeing a fatal four-way for the NXT Tag Team titles currently held by Fraxim. All the referees making their way out now. Referees, managers, road agents, you name it. They're out here trying to split these folks up here. It looks like there's just no way to get it there. Everybody else, the commentary just looking on with glee. Booker trying to figure out where to go. And they're shutting the show down, and we are as well. I hope you have a good evening. 61 viewers we finished with. Thank you very much. And just a reminder, we will be live tomorrow night for our AEW Dynamite Watch Along. Be sure to join us for that too. Then we'll be live Friday night for SmackDown and Rampage. So that's our viewing schedule that I know of right now. I'll be happy to inform you if that changes. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I'm absolutely ecstatic. 61 viewers is what I'm closing out with. Very much better than we did last night. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out. This has been Graphs TV and the Sicko Show. I've been your host, the Matty Man, and good night, America, wherever you are.